the Gentlementor.
But I didn't even let it in the yard, let alone in the house. And I can do that, but again, skill degrades over time and exposure. The inverse curve. The longer I'm isolated, the more the perspective goes askew. The less you can count on that.
But here's the useful thing for that is that we often, you've heard the term, don't kill the messenger, don't shoot the messenger. It's not the messenger that's sending the message. So when we get into these places, and again, I'm putting a handle on something that you said that was profound.
You are doing a great job.
When we get into these positions where we feel like, oh my gosh, here's what's happening, and you explained all that. I don't need to go into that. But we've been in this isolation mode. We experience something. We think about something. We create some type of scenario in our head. We receive the invitation to do something dumb, stupid, that we need to realize, okay, let's pause for a minute. Where did this invitation come from? Who sent this invitation? And then when you get to that point, and I don't, again, you said skill digresses over time. I disagree. Skill increases over time. The more you use it, the more you're looking at seeing this guy drive.
Perspective.
He turns the corner of your street, and you're like, I know what he's got, and I'm not letting him in the driveway because he's got an invitation from someone else, or some other feeling, or some other FOMO, or some other demonic presence, whatever you want to label it.
Do I need to bleep that? No.
FOMO? Am I not supposed to use FOMO?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. It sounds dirty.
Whatever it is, when we finally realize that this is being sent from someone else, we just realize it's an invitation. I'm not opening it. I'm not answering the door.
You're not obligated.
You're not obligated. It's an invitation to think some way. It's an invitation to encapsulate your thinking, to encapsulate your perspective, to limit your perspective onto thinking that this is this way and somebody thinks this way and I believe this and blah, 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 blah. No. Who's sending the invitation? Where's it coming from? Oh, it's coming from this isolation. It's coming from this. I saw people walk in and laugh inside the door, and all of a sudden I think they're laughing at me, and they're not laughing at me because I don't know what they're laughing at. It's something, I don't even know those people. Anyway, that is, to me, that's brilliant. Being able to see 2 steps ahead, being able to see who's dropping that in the mail, who's giving that to the courier. It's not the courier's fault. It's an invitation to do something that we don't have to accept.
Allow me to retort.
Go for it.
I would say, I think, and I already said it, but I'll underline it by saying the use of the words or language like trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Suggests something that's like it's pulled, it's set into motion, it can't be stopped. There's gonna, you have the equal and opposite reaction, and that's why I call it an invitation, because it's not, like you said, you're not obligated. When you realize that it's not something you're victim of or powerless to, that you can just refuse. It's just trying to get you. Will you go along with this?
Yeah.
Will you allow me to perpetrate this on you?
Right.
Then you start to have some sense of power over it. And then I'll really wind it around in a circle and hit the Bible when I say this is something that came into discussion with myself and Andrew, not this time, I think the last time. And we were talking about this very same idea from kind of an exterior mode, not really, as I was getting ready to experience it firsthand. But we were talking about the people in the world. The Bible talks about there's 2 kinds of people in the world. There's people that are for me or against me. Mm-hmm. Those are the teams. Those are the options. I'm making all kinds of things.
Right.
For me or against me. So that means if I'm on Jesus' team, and sorry if I just got religious. Not really sorry, but they were for him. Because so those who are with me, those scatter. If they're not with me, they scatter. Okay. And so there's everybody else. Now, everybody else is not a demon. They're not going to hell necessarily. They are not devils. They are not possessed. They are not oppressed. They are just more easily, I don't want to call it recruited, more easily used, turned into pawns without their knowledge.
Okay, I like
to be the guy who bumps into the guy, who ticks off the guy, who cuts you off in traffic, then you get mad and lose your salvation.
Right.
That's the game.
Yep.
It's never direct. It never comes at you from forward. It's never this direction of attack. It's always a sneak, and it's around the side. The goal, for me, I think for all of us as believers, I think this is where we have a lot of arguments. We got to remember those people are never the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
They might get pushed and they might get used. But if you lose sight of who the enemy is, then you lose the battle.
Right.
Because we're not fighting those people. We are fighting to save those people. They don't know what they're doing.
Right.
I mean, they know it, but they don't understand what it is. So yeah, those are two connected thoughts that popped into my head when you were saying that.
No,
the first one's way more relevant than the second one, but I
think what you're saying about people. Well, first of all, what comes in that scripture? What's the next thing that's said in that scripture? If I am for you,
Jesus wept. Oh yeah.
If I am for you, who in the world can be against you?
Right.
So then, if we bring this back to a whole religious thing again, and maybe we shouldn't, but again, if we've got God on our side.
Late.
It may be too late. If we've got God on our side, what difference does it make? There's not two classifications of people. There's only one. There's people and God on our side. That's it.
Yeah.
And again, those are only the people that know you, that are either for you or against you. Most people don't even know about us. So they're not even, they're neutral as it is begins. So there's three classifications of people.
It's another one of the great lies that goes on in our brain.
Yeah.
We over-magnify our influence on the situations in the world around us.
Come on.
That's still why people choke up on raising their hands and clapping in church, because they think everybody's looking at them.
No.
Now, they're standing in a dark room with a giant loud band playing and video screens and lights. Nobody can see you. I mean, if they were looking for you, they couldn't find you.
Right. And the very thing that we're thinking about should be a clue of what other people are thinking as well. If we're thinking about ourselves, what are other people thinking about? They're not thinking about me. They're thinking about themselves. So we have a very disconnected, vain sense of vanity. It's very disconnected. We're so closed off that we can't apply what's happening in us to other people. We think what's happening in us to other people is happening because of other people. No, what's happening in us is because of other people. And that's not true. What's happening in us is because of what's in us. What other people are thinking are also happening. It's inside them as well.
Then add that to how we constantly try to view ourselves through the eyes of others. Is it any wonder we should all be a little psychotic, I think. Just mildly around the edges. Because that's another one of the big lies. You're the only one. Nobody else feels this way. You're an outcast. Lies.
No, and again, that goes back to the thing I've been preaching for years. Is that the predator always goes after the lone antelope, the one that's disconnected from the herd.
Yep.
And that's internal as well. I think if you allow that, if we, not you, I'm not pointing fingers, if we allow that disconnection internally, not just externally, not just socially, but emotionally as well, then we become that lone buffalo out there.
Think about like the way depression works.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know lots of people with depression. All depression says a lot of things. Depression all says one thing, and it's you'd feel better if you just went in the other room by yourself and didn't talk to anyone for a while and just let me talk to you. It's like it's not subversive, but we go right along. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay,
I did for years. Sure. I don't know why I'm so depressed. You keep going in the back room with depression and letting him talk to you all day. Maybe cut that out.
Wow.
Is that a thing? Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah. So, I'll quote a good friend of mine who told me once about how important perspective was. And all these things just serve to work together to throw your perspective. Because, man, if you get your perspective off, whoo, that's what I've been living in fear of.
Well, and it's not just that. It's just you get your perspective off or you lose the other perspectives that you have. And again, that goes back to the whole communal thing. If we don't have community, we don't have someone else that's on our wing or on our six going, hey, I see something you don't. Let me help you with this. And it causes you to look around and go, oh, okay, I see that. Thanks. That's what we need. And so That's it's not just getting our perspective off. If the windshield's dirty is one thing, but if someone's
if it's shattered so badly you can't see through it anymore.
Right. If someone is, I don't want to say, projecting a different image in your side view or your rear view mirror, then we need someone in the back seat going.
Laser. It's a laser. Somebody's shining the laser.
That's not what I see back here. Yeah.
Somebody's turning on the dome light.
Oh, I hate that. That's probably another one of my pet peeves. That and traffic lights.
Yeah. What was it? Oh man, something flew through my head there, and that never happens.
I don't know. I want to go back to the trigger thing. I feel like triggers are
Go ahead.
I feel like, and I hate to use this analogy, but I feel like the invitation is more of the cocking of the gun. And I hate, because we're talking about depression. I hate to bring guns in this at all.
This is getting hard to edit, right?
It is. I feel like that the trigger is, I don't know. You really can't pull back from the trigger once you pull the trigger.
Exactly. And that's
I feel like
kind of suggested.
I feel like the invitation, the suggestion is me taking and putting the round in the chamber and then handing it to you and going, okay, it's up to you to pull the trigger.
Don't point this at yourself and pull the trigger.
And it's like, and we have the opportunity to go, no thanks, I'm good. Yeah,
that works as well. Yeah, you can just set it down.
Yeah,
you don't actually have to pull the trigger. You can just set the gun down and walk away.
But I understand it, because the whole thing is there's this in James Clear book about habits. He's the same thing, or maybe it was James Clear. Somebody else talks about his habit. There's the circle of habits. It's the trigger and the other things that I don't remember. I'd have to get the book out because I'm not a good student.
No.
But the trigger is one of them.
It's not a scholarly thing. It's just I hear the way I first started. I didn't tell you where I first heard somebody say, "Oh, that triggers me," and I'm like, So that does something to you against your will? Is that what I'm hearing? Oh, when I hear that triggers me. It wasn't in the and it had nothing to do with any of the critical race stuff we think about now with triggering. It was from somebody just purely talking about psychological counseling that they'd gone through as part of can we just call it the penal system? I hate to use the word penal in a mixed crowd, but that's what it was. He had come out of the penal system and was staying with us. And we talked, and that was I got to avoid that because it triggers me. And I'm like,
yeah.
Okay, I understand. Like, I have to avoid this because it's a temptation to me. I could stumble and fall, and I don't want to sin. Get that? I can accept whatever you want to say. But when you say this triggered me, like I said, the implication sounds to me like somebody outside did something. I like your version of the triggered analogy, as in the trigger attached to the gun that's been loaded and handed to you.
Right.
But you are the finger
you
on
have
the trigger
choice.
all day.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into a gun control discussion here, but guns don't kill people.
People kill people.
People kill people. Even sometimes themselves, and that will have to be edited too.
I'm sorry. I hate that you have to do all this editing.
I don't think there's going to be anything left. I think this in the Swiss cheese episode, trying to figure out what we were talking about.
Doug and Mark going and me chewing
all
on a
the
French fry.
conjunctions, yeah. Taking a drink. Oh, that was good. And everything's bleeped out. Yeah.
And then us laughing. Yeah. That might make an interesting episode.
Mystery episode. You should
just take an episode of us just laughing and you doing the things like and just random things like that. Just 10 minutes of that would be.
I'm gonna someday I'll do a highlight reel. We'll do a highlight reel, and it'll just be all kinds of bizarre.
Yes, just the most bizarre
none of the touching, moving, real moments. Just the absolute bizarre goofiness.
What's funny is that's probably what will
circumcision and bacon.
That's probably what'll make our viewership just go through the roof. Is you put something out stupid like that.
Speaking of which, we ain't through anybody's roof unless it's like a mouse.
Oh, okay.
But
it's small. It's your house.
We busted up 6 or 7 new subs in the last month.
Subs? What do you mean?
Subscribers on YouTube.
Okay.
YouTube.
Sorry, I don't. What's wrong with me?
Substitute teachers.
Subcontractors.
Subwoofers. We got a bunch of subwoofers in. We're gonna kick out the jams.
Welcome, everyone. We're so glad to have you, the new subs. We appreciate you. We don't want to call you subs. We want to call you pros. You're pros. Thanks.
You're not subs to us. You're the first team.
Yes. You're not subs.
Unless you're on BitChute, and then you're the first team. Wherever you're watching,
yeah,
you're number one.
Yeah, right on.
You're the only people we care about.
Did you see? Speaking of subs, did you see my son's latest video?
No, I have not. What has he done now?
I bawled today. It was like 90 seconds long, and it was his. He's done. It was like and he's done this before. And people do that as a gimmick where they're just like, I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah. Is this
and
my last YouTube video?
He's done it before, but this time it's like, no, this was a coming of age done. And it was like, it was just incredible. And he just said a few things about his characters being different. And he says, and the reason they're different is because we're all different people, but that shouldn't matter. Go out and change the world. And that was it. And I was just like, no, it was great. He did it in black and white, and he's got this great music behind it. Everything that he wanted from his viewer, he got from me. It was perfect. It was emotional.
Was he strong. Good with that?
It was short. His voice was just right on.
I'll check it out. I know I'm subscribed to his channel, but I don't ever get notifications or anything.
It was great.
No, I'll check it out. I saw Mozo. Now we're getting back on fatherhood. Oh no!
Oh no!
Mozo's his guest tomorrow is going to be his son, Joseph.
I saw that. Yes.
I'm like, I bet that'll be a hoot. There's a couple of dudes that love each other right there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Unashamedly.
All right, here you go. I feel like at this moment
we gotta share it. You throw it up. Do it.
I'm gonna share it. Hold on here.
Put it on. We'll give him some airtime. Let him know.
We'll get some
Let him know we're playing his stuff trying to steal some of his subscribers. Will this be the last video?
Oh, wait a minute.
What'd you do? Did you break it?
No, I forgot.
The ugly ones. Yeah, be sure to share the audio.
You have to share audio. Yeah. And then you can't do that in mid-share. You have to go back and share.
No. You got to start, yeah.
Yeah, that's stupid.
It's muted. There you go.
I'm going to restart it. Okay. Can you hear it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I wish we were bold to just fly away. I don't wanna care. Just be here and I'm good.
So what was the point of this?
I'll be okay.
As you can tell, most of my characters are kaijus, dinosaurs, stuffed animals. They all look different. Different shapes, different sizes. This proves the point, saying that everyone is different, and you need to respect people who they are. Sure, this is the end, but I hope this is a start for you. Go change the world.
Let's live down by the water, watch it come and go home. I wish we were bold to like sail away. I just don't wanna care. Can you be here and I'm good alone? I'll be okay.
That's killer.
I don't know.
It's even shot really well.
Yes, it's like I don't even know what to do with this.
Man, yeah. Wow. Dude.
He already has 15 views. He put it out yesterday.
That's your kid, man. That's amazing.
I know.
What's up with that? Well, I know what's up with it because that deadpan delivers you all the way live. But wow, how old is he?
13, man.
Jeez.
It's crazy. Yeah.
I hope I'm dead before he gets grown. He will rule the world.
It's too late.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay, because I needed something else to tear up about today. Clearly, I'm having a whole dehydration thing in my facial skin, and so I'm trying to get over that by naturally hydrating myself. Yeah, okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, well, there you go. So, go follow the ugly ones and watch some of their videos. Maybe he'll bring it back in a revision area, something, when he's 17 or 20 or something.
Give me time to recuperate from that. Give me a couple years to get over that.
Well, I was like I told you today, I was working from home today, and I pulled up that in one of my moments of just, okay, I'm chilling out. I did a bunch of work over here and just kind of doing the Promodio thing, and I pulled that up, and I was like, oh, he's got a new video. I thought he wasn't gonna. I'm, because we were just talking the other day. I was like, what are you gonna do next? He's like, I don't know, I haven't decided. So, yeah, there was that. Yeah, I guess he decided. I'm done.
If he's having trouble deciding, I got a superhero video that I can't seem to quite get started.
I'm sure he will give you plenty of information on that.
I can't hang with him, dude. That's above my skill level.
The Gentlementor.